Hey, Magnus here, and today we're going to talk about the importance of getting your character right and modeled correctly for Shenmue, and what we learn from when converting Sonic from a video game character to an actual movie. Alright, so if you're new to this channel, I talk about Shenmue mostly, but video games in general, and kind of my opinion on things, as well as looking forward to the launch August 27th Shenmue III. Keep up with it. Anyway, this video was inspired because of the recent backlash that Paramount Pictures and Sega has faced over the model that was used for Sonic the Hedgehog in the movie. That controversy has settled down a little bit because the character of Sonic is now going to be fixed according to a tweet from the director, which is great. But then it makes you wonder how much importance was actually given to the model design for the character. And what have we learned from this? Well, for starters, I think that when you're developing a character and translating it from one form of media to the next, it can get difficult sometimes because you want to try to stay true to life, especially if it's going to be live action. But at the same time, you want to stick to the source material. So there's a bit of a gamble there on how real do you make it versus looking unrealistic if you don't change enough to bring it from, of course, a pixelated world into our real world today. This is something that Shenmue has actually gone through. Not in the same respect, because although Shenmue is sticking to video games only, Shenmue 3 has gone through somewhat of a character transition. If you don't know, Shenmue was a game launched back in 1999 and 2000 by Sega. You had the first two Shenmue games, and then it went on hiatus, and development hell was what we call it, before Shenmue 3 was kickstarted back in 2015. And longtime fans of the franchise were excited when it was actually announced at Kickstarter, but there was one thing that caught everybody's attention from a negative light, and it was the look of Ryo Hazuki, which is the main character in the game, and comparing him to the way he used to look back in the Dreamcast and Xbox days. So that was kind of like okay, he looks really weird, but whatever, they haven't even begun developing this game yet, so we'll give it time. And then as time progressed, he didn't look right in the first few trailers over the years. When you look at Ryo Hazuki now in the latest Shenmue trailers, he went through a lot of design fixing, and that seems to be really an issue when it comes to translating characters to more sophisticated media, as when you had the limited polygon count in the original Shenmue, and now you have millions of polygons that you can use for modern games today. There's a uncanny valley is what they call it, when your character goes to a point where, like, if you exaggerate eyes and exaggerate features in a character, they have like this kind of like cute cartoony look, and then there's a realistic look that looks just natural. But if you go to the uncanny valley of development where eyes look too real but everything else looks fake or something, where it's almost a point of discomfort when it comes to characters, there's actually a science behind that. You have to make sure that you don't hit that. Thankfully, Ryo Hazuki looks a lot better than he did, but when it comes to that Sonic trailer, it is borderline uncanny valley. I can't say he's completely was bad, but it's like no one checked whether that made them uncomfortable or whatnot, which was really concerning for me, because that's two Sega franchises with Shenmue and then with Sonic that just were, when it comes to modernizing the look of the character, they kind of didn't know how to play it. Again, fixed with Ryo, because there were complaints as well with the way he looked and how unnatural he was, or that his face doesn't move at all. But of course, development takes time, and we were thankful to get what we got. So that wasn't too bad, at least for Shenmue. But with Sonic, when you have a character that actually has appeared in several different media, that character has been rendered throughout the ages, from the 16-bit era to the 32-bit era. He was on the Saturn, just in different forms, and then maturing him to the Sega Dreamcast. And going from there, he was almost on every console ever since. To have that and then put him in this uncanny valley character, It just didn't make any sense. And unfortunately, that is disappointing, but it also shows you that when it comes to developing characters, you need to get it right. In other words, to get it right for the fans and give them the character that they've been used to for all these years. And if you change him too much, he's no longer the same. Sonic, in that trailer, didn't feel like Sonic. Ryo Hazuki, in his original trailers, he was borderline. It was still Ryo, but at the same time it was different enough to where we had concerns. But thankfully, in both cases, it seems that the people working on it, specifically Yu Suzuki for Shenmue, made the improvements to make Ryo, give him a modernized, but still Ryo Hazuki look. And for Sonic, we'll see what happens when that comes out. I'm not looking forward to the movie too much, but I'm going to see it anyway. So, what do you guys think? Let me know in your comments down below about character development and character growth over the years when it comes to modern graphics, and then translating that into the real world today. Let me know in the comments down below, and as always, like, share, and you can make my day if you subscribe today. This is Magnus, and I'm out. See you guys later.